Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Seems like DDG is having a hard time with this breakup between himself and Halle Bailey. Now, according to him, they've been broken up for a while, but he just announced it a few days ago. Now, I'm really banking on Halle Bailey is the one who didn't want the relationship. She's the one that wanted out because it seems like DDG is having a hard time letting go, and he's really hoping that they can work things out and get back together. He's saying that it's no other woman that he wants. He only wants Halle.
Let me say that right now, y'all. I am not dating anyone. I don't have a potential girlfriend, nor do I even think about that whatsoever. I don't plan on getting into another relationship at all unless it's Halle. That's the only way.
When this clip went viral, I was like, this sounds like a man that messed up a good thing. Don't it? Did you actually hear what he said? Because you have to put it in man terms. You know, there's girl math and then there's boy math. So he messed it up. And I believe that he's going on this interview tour to win her back. I believe that this separation is real simply because he celebrated his birthday and she wasn't there. But let's rewind because this man sounds like he messed it up and he wants her back.
Potential girlfriend, nor do I even think about that whatsoever. I don't plan on getting into another relationship at all unless it's Halle. That's the only way. I am not finna get a new girlfriend. I don't have the desire. I don't want multiple baby mamas. I don't want none of that. We taking a break, like I said. I'm finna go pick my son up right after this. Let me live my life. That's none of your business. But she look young, so that's type of comment she's.
Now, it was allegations going around that DDG messed around with his ex Ruby Rose, and that's why these two called it quits. Now, it was even rumors saying that that's who he.
And also, since we talking about it, because we talking about it, right? Ladies, please understand that just because a man labels you wifey and labels the other girls 304s does not mean you in a better position. Because sometimes you win at getting a clown. You got a clown. So he may be calling you wifey and he may be calling the other girls 304s, but what is he?
Really wanted was Ruby Rose, but it seems like DDG is stuck on Halle Bailey. Now, you know who's been really quiet throughout all this is Halle. She hasn't spoken up to defend him because it's been a lot of people speaking out and coming down on him very harshly, saying that he basically used her, he put a baby on her, just very much painting him like a narcissist. Now, again, Halle has not spoken out to defend him. She hasn't spoken out to defend herself. She has been on her Beyonce. DDG is hopeful that they will get back together. He said he doesn't want anyone else but her, but I'm wondering if that's how Halle feels because it's been rumors going around that she allegedly has been hanging out with Brent Faiyaz. But when I say DDG has been fighting for his life, defending himself left and right, okay, he's been responding.
Halle is just in the booth making a song. She's just making a song with that man. I think it's the perfect time to make a song with him, particularly, even though he's an F-boy. But we'll see what they come up with. It may be a really, really good song. We don't know. But I think they just working together.
Being with Halle, she's a superstar. She's the greatest ever. Being around her, I feel like it made a lot of people side-eye me because they had already had, you know, she's a princess. So they already had their mind set up about her and they look at me and I don't fit that image. But it's cool. It's a reason why she stayed with me. It's a reason why we had a child together. It's a reason why all of this.
I have a question. In this part as well, he said fit the image that they wanted her to fit. And what DVD needs to understand is that it's not the image, it's your behavior. And even here, y'all, he sounds like an insecure man in a relationship with a woman that is more famous than him. And I wish men would just be more honest about that. Like, you can't handle a woman that gets a lot of attention. And then in some cases, some men cannot handle a woman getting more attention than him. And this is common among women. Like, these are things that we talk about in friendship and things like that, because there are some women that are too insecure to be friends with a woman that gets a lot of attention or more attention than her. So honestly, I think it's human nature. But my thing is, I don't like it when men just can't openly admit, like, that's the issue. But then again, women in friendship can't openly admit that that's the issue. So I don't know what the answer is, but what I do know is that's what he sounds like. Like, he sounds like a man that's not secure in her life, in their relationship, because of public scrutiny, always being talked about and things like that. But then also, what DVD needs to understand too is he plays into some of the things that he's out here doing that the internet gives him a hard time about. And I think he needs to look in the mirror when it comes to some of the stuff that he was out here doing, because some of the stuff I'm just like, really?
Me and Halle are forever family. Forever. I will Swiss cheese your granny. I don't 100.
And I need women to also understand two things. Lately, men are making it known that when they impregnate you, they always have access to you, that you cannot get rid of them because they impregnated you. That was the whole purpose of them impregnating you. You'll see this commonly with insecure men. Insecure men will impregnate you because they feel like their position in your life can be easily replaced because you get a lot of attention. And then not only that, when you mix in fame, he really thinks he's on a time clock. Like, he doesn't think, oh, my position is permanent, I'm gonna be able to stay here. No, he's like, dang, I know my time is almost up. I know that I'm not gonna have that much time with her because she's blowing up. She's a superstar. His words, not mine, right? These men come on these platforms and that's what they say. They don't say, oh, one day I want to make her a wife and I want to make her proud and I want to make a family with her and I want to make my family proud as a man and as a leader. They say stupid stuff like, oh, we always going to be family because, like, I put a baby in her. So I hope the girls are paying attention. I hope you are. And is it shocking? I don't know how old Halo is. I think he's like, what? Little over 6 months. But one thing women need to understand, and I've seen this, a baby will have you outgrow a man so fast. A lot of y'all get with these men and y'all be on the same maturity level before that baby come. Then when that baby get there, the baby ain't even been there a full year and your maturity level is skyrocket and his maturity level is ain't moved. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved. It has not moved. So can we honestly say that DVD had a high maturity level? No, absolutely not. So I think another reason behind the separation, it had a lot to do with when this baby came, Hallie's maturity level, whew, and DVD's maturity level. So ladies, when it comes to this situation, is the man that's saying, hey, I would love for you to have my baby, is he even mature enough? A lot of them are not. It is, and it's not about age, right? It's not. It's truly about maturity level. And so just because he's asking for a baby doesn't mean you should give him one. I believe there was a girl, a subscriber of mine in my other video that I talked about DVD and Halle and everything. She said, giving a man or a man asking you for a baby is like a child asking you for a pet, because it sounds cool. It sounds like a good idea. Like, oh yeah, I would love to do that. And then you give them the pet. And then they see how hard it is. They see how much work it is. They see how much responsibility it takes, right? And then next thing you know, as the parent, of the pet that bought the pet for the child or the children. You taking care of it. You taking care of the pet. You taking the dog out to walk when it needs to go outside to do number one and number two. You looking after the dog and things like that. So, ladies, is the man even mature enough to be having a baby with? A lot of these men, I'm gonna tell you right now, 99% of them are not. They're not mature enough.
I think at this point, the best thing for DDG to do is just be quiet. I mean, you can't beat up the internet. And the more he talks to try to defend himself, the worse he looks. Now, I do believe that DDG is down bad behind Halle, and it makes her more appealing to him because she left him. You know, the person who always leaves is the one who usually has the upper hand. So I think he's having a hard time just accepting the fact that she actually left him. But y'all let me know.
I noticed this. Let me see if I can find it. Because we've been waiting on Halle to respond, and she hasn't really said much. Like, this is the most that we've gotten. But look at how she responds, and she says, life is beautiful, right? And then
release her first.
Look at the photo that she posts of Halo. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that she was never okay with that baby being on the internet. Because if she was, right, why did she feel the need to cover his face? We've already seen the baby now. So I think that may have caused some issues. And remember I said earlier in this live, I said when you have a baby, and you have a baby by a man and the maturity level really wasn't really where it really needed to be. But then as a woman, you skyrocket when it comes to your maturity level. And then it's just floating on by. So that could have been another reason why they separated. It may have became too much for her. I mean, the baby was turned into a meme I've seen on Twitter, or I've seen on Instagram. So that could have been another reason why they decided to part ways, because maybe that was something that they argued about a lot. What do y'all think about that? It seemed like she was never really comfortable with that baby's face being shown. And considering the fact that she hid her whole pregnancy, it didn't seem like DVD wanted that either. It seemed like he wanted to vlog all of that because that's content for him. This new song that she's been working on is called Breaking My Heart Into Two. Does this look like a girl that ain't really going through it? I mean, and I'm sorry. I believe that I've seen Halle act. I saw her act. I've seen her perform. I've seen her do a lot of different things. But this seems very real to me. This seems very genuine to me. And this is just where she is at. This girl is heartbroken. We've seen her in two places, the gym, and then we also saw her in the studio. So she's been in the gym. She's been working. Does that sound like a girl that's not really going through it? That's not really heartbroken? Does this look like a girl that's just going through a break or just a temporary separation? It does not. It really looks like she broke up with this man. And it's crazy because sometimes it could be postpartum as well. But sometimes when you are the one to leave, it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm winning or I feel good or I'm unbothered. Like sometimes you leaving means you are walking away. Your heart is broken. You're aware of everything that's going on and you're still walking away because you're choosing yourself. So that's what it looks like to me.